Now, what we will instead talk about is the conversion. I mean, we produce, by electrolysis, whatever, we produce some hydrogen and oxygen. And for doing that, we need a kind of energy which can be indicated by EP, energy of production. But then you have to reconvert hydrogen and oxygen to give you some energy. Oh, let's write this. EI, which means energy input, or EO, which is energy out. So you understand that it is important that EO, namely the energy that we receive, is higher than energy that we spend, because otherwise there's no point on that. So, and so we will discuss about this, because the way of converting hydrogen and oxygen to give you energy are several, but we will discuss mainly on the electrochemical way, that is in fact the fuel cell. Now let's see how a fuel cell works. Fuel cell is mainly an electrochemical cell. So, like each electrochemical cell, a fuel cell is formed by a negative electrode, which is the anode, a positive electrode, which is the cathode, and electrolyte. Okay, see, very similar to the lithium batteries in a way. Anode, electrolyte, cathode. And we have two main processes depending of the type of electrolyte. Suppose that this electrolyte is acid, so of course we will have some H plus here. So what will happen here? That hydrogen will arrive to this negative electrode, and it goes under this reaction. You see, hydrogen, which goes to H plus 2 electrons. So the 2 electrons go across the cell to provide the work for maybe driving a car. And the H plus, which are produced, travel through the electrolyte and arrive here. And what will happen? Here we will have oxygen, and you see oxygen will react with this proton and will be reduced using the same amount of electron to form water. So the overall reaction is hydrogen plus oxygen giving water. So this is the reconversion. Okay. When we have now a basic electrolyte, this will be here we'll have some OH moving. So what will happen here, that we'll have very similar to before, but we will have in this case oxygen, which is reduced to OH. So this OH that travel through the electrolyte, just the opposite than before, and they arrive here where we have, you see, the reaction with hydrogen to form water and 2 electrons. So again, the total reaction is hydrogen plus oxygen giving water. You understand from this already very simple scheme that we have a lot of difficulties here. Because look here, at these electrodes, for instance, we must have contact and reactions among 3 different states, because we have oxygen, which is gas, protons, which is an electrolyte, and electrons. So we have to assure that this happens. Okay? And we will see that that is not easy. In fact, you see, fuel cells are not a new invention. They were invented many, many years ago, 18-something. So, but they are still not in production. So there must be some problems here. Okay, so what are the general properties of fuel cell? So, as you have seen before, we can describe from that scheme the cell as an electrochemical system involving the combustion of a fuel. So, in fact, here you see at this electrode, we have oxidation of hydrogen. And this oxidation of hydrogen reacts with oxygen. So it's like the hydrogen is a fuel and oxygen is what you need for making a combustion. So what will happen here actually is, in reality, the combustion of a fuel, which is hydrogen, to produce electrical energy, namely these electrons which go over the top. And this is why this particular electrochemical system is called fuel cell. However, as I say, you can do the same thing with different way. For instance, you can have a normal combustion energy, a normal heat energy, like the one that we have in the car. You know, in the car, the fuel is the gas, and oxygen is the air that you take to make the combustion. So the same combustion we can do in a normal engine, just filling the engine with hydrogen rather than with gas. However, in this respect, fuel cells are really important because the efficiency fuel cell is much higher than that of combustion engine. Maybe, I don't know if you are aware of this simple thermodynamic principle, because if we have a thermal engine like the one that is driving our automobile now, the efficiency, what is the efficiency? The efficiency means exactly similar to what I said before, means the ratio between the energy which is produced and the energy which is used to produce the energy itself. So this efficiency in thermal energy depends on the temperature values of the engine. So this efficiency is called Carnot efficiency, from a French physicist. And you see that efficiency in a thermal energy depends from this value. I have to point out that capital T stays for absolute temperature. Okay, so you see that that T1 and T2 are the maximum and the minimum values of the operation temperature. So you see that this efficiency becomes very high in two situations. When this value is infinite, but infinite absolute temperature doesn't mean anything, or when this value is 0. Okay? But also this doesn't make any meaning, because the 0 absolute temperature is no meaning. So the efficiency of a thermal engine is a maximum 40%. I would like you to reflect on this number, because that means that today, with the way that we are driving our car, we have 60% of our oil which is not used, is consumed by heat. So this is very bad, because we are we are polluting the planet and using a not a very efficient way to do that, to drive our car. Different is the situation of fuel cell, because this is a thermodynamic system, and in this case the energy is related to the thermodynamic units. So the maximum energy efficiency of a fuel cell or the electrochemical system is given by dG, the various, the ratio between the free energy, Gibbs energy, and the enthalpy of the fuel oxidation process. This is the theoretical energy. When maybe you can see here, down here, but you should have this in your notes, right? Of course, in practical condition, considering the delta G is due to this, equal to this equation. In practical condition, the voltage, the potential of the cell is lower than E, because we have over voltages. We discussed about that already. Okay. So the practical energy, for the practical energy, we have to substitute delta G 0 with NF VF, where V is then the actual voltage. But even in this case, the energy, the efficiency of an electric engine, like a fuel cell, is of the order of 70%. So much higher than, so we will save the environment. So the question that perhaps Miss Wak Zu Young and Choi In Jae already know is why, if fuel cells are so good in terms of efficiency and in environment, we don't yet have them driving a car, right? We will try to answer to this question. But before, you will see another evidence that we should really do that, because this is the efficiency of sorry, this is in Italian. I will translate that. And this is the efficiency, percentage efficiency, of a diesel Zafira. I think it's an American car. It's not Korean car, I don't know. Well, anyway, a diesel car. And a fuel cell car, right? This means first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, 5 gear. How do you say gear in Korean? Gear. Same? Oh, that's easy. Gansamisa. And you see that the efficiency of the fuel cell is always higher. And here you see that the fuel cell car, which is blue, have this efficiency 36% versus 22%. And this is very important. Maybe I should do that. No, because you can see that. The CO2 emissions here, 0 gram per kilometers. This, 177 gram per kilometers. So why we don't use fuel cell? Before I answer the question, let me tell you something more. Again, the advantages of this fuel cell in terms of conversion efficiency. You see that we have the values of conversion efficiency in terms of temperature by comparing a Carnot, a heat engine, and the fuel cell. You see that around here the difference is enormous in efficiency, about 40% versus almost 80%. However, you have to consider that the efficiency of the fuel cell is related to the Gibbs free energy, which depends on temperature. And this Gibbs free energy, you remember the efficiency here is equal to this ratio, and this one increases by